Welcome to a new episode of True Crime Cases. Today, we're diving into a chilling case that unfolded in the serene Dublin Mountains, Ireland. In September 2013, Magali Verdnet, an experienced dog trainer, was out walking her dogs in the area where she had done so on many prior occasions. One of her dogs had a peculiar habit. It would regularly disappear during their walks and return with bones. Magali initially dismissed these as animal bones, but on 13 September 2013, the dog returned with more than just bones. This time, it had bones accompanied by clothing. Shocked by what she had discovered, Magali reached out to the landowner, Frank Doyle. Accompanied by another individual, they returned to the area and followed the dog to a secluded clearing. There, they stumbled upon a horrifying sight: partially chewed and scattered bones everywhere, including parts of a ribcage and a jawbone. They immediately alerted the authorities. The once tranquil forest was swiftly transformed into a bustling crime scene. Forensic experts confirmed the bones were human, and soon thereafter, dental records identified the remains as those of Elaine O'Hara, an Irish childcare worker who had been missing for over a year. Now, please join us as we examine her tragic and premature death in a case considered one of the most shocking crimes in Irish history. Elaine O'Hara was born on St. Patrick's Day, March 17, 1976. Renowned for her kindness and a profound interest in childcare, Elaine embodied resilience and determination. Despite facing bullying during her school years and dealing with mental health issues from her teenage years, she remained committed to making a positive impact in the world. She devoted herself to her role as a child care assistant and was advancing her education through evening classes with the goal of becoming a Montessori teacher. She showed consistent dedication to her work, despite dealing with other ongoing challenges in her life. Elaine dealt with several physical health issues, including asthma, diabetes, and dyslexia. She also encountered considerable mental health difficulties, which led to frequent hospitalizations for psychiatric treatment. Furthermore, Elaine faced the loss of her mother, a significant hurdle that she confronted with bravery. While many might view Elaine O'Hara's life as filled with hardships, she tackled them daily with grit and determination. On a late summer day, August 22, 2012, Elaine O'Hara vanished without a trace. She left behind her personal belongings, her bag, purse, and cell phone, in her apartment, like she was stepping out for just a moment. Her last known location, Shengenig Cemetery, a place she often visited to feel close to her late mother. Her car was found abandoned nearby, and a jogger reported seeing her walking alone towards the sea. Given these circumstances, it seemed like a heartbreaking case of suicide. But there was one detail that didn't add up. Security footage showed Elaine leaving her apartment with a different cell phone. This puzzling piece of evidence left investigators scratching their heads, turning this assumed suicide into a mystery that needed to be solved. The question remained: what happened to Elaine O'Hara? The investigation into Elaine's disappearance was a massive undertaking that spanned 3 police stations and involved thousands of hours of work. The authorities launched an extensive search operation, combing through the park, the cemetery, and the surrounding areas. They also made public appeals for information, hoping that someone might have seen or heard something that could lead them to Elaine. Despite these efforts, the investigation hit a dead end. The case got cold, and Elaine's family was left in a state of agonizing uncertainty. The investigators were relentless, though. They pored over CCTV footage, examined numerous digital devices, and followed hundreds of lines of inquiry. In a twist of fate, nearly a year after Elaine O'Hara's disappearance, on September 10, 2013, a startling discovery was made. Just 3 days before Elaine's body was found, William Fegan and his brothers spotted a bag submerged in the waters of Vartree Reservoir in Wicklow County. Ordinarily, The water's depth would conceal any objects beneath its surface, but that year, an unusually hot spell had caused the water level to recede, revealing hidden secrets from the depths. Inside the bag, they found a disturbing collection of items: handcuffs, clothing, a ball gag, and restraints. The very next day, the brothers handed over these unsettling finds to the authorities, who promptly launched further investigations in the area. Less than a week later, on September 16, the investigators unearthed more chilling items: additional handcuffs, keys, a mask, an inhaler, and a chain with a ring on it. Among these items, a local retail store loyalty card was found, which was identified as belonging to Elaine O'Hara. In the following days, 2 Nokia mobile phones, phone batteries, and a pair of sunglasses were discovered. The prescription on the sunglasses matched Elaine O'Hara's records at a local Specsavers branch. Could one of these Nokia phones be the very same one seen in the security footage on the day of her disappearance? Did the inhaler belong to Elaine? Were the handcuffs and restraints used on her? Why were there 2 Nokia phones? And did someone remove the batteries on purpose? The mounting evidence pointed overwhelmingly towards foul play. But as the investigators were about to discover, the truth can often be stranger than fiction. The shocking revelations that lay ahead were beyond anything they could have prepared for. It appeared that the roots of Elaine's downfall had been planted long before her demise. In the waning months of 2007, investigators unearthed that O'Hara had ventured into the shadowy corners of the internet, frequenting an adult fetish site known as alt.com. Under the pseudonym Help Me Learn 36F, she had stumbled upon the profile of Architect 72, a mysterious figure linked to a Gmail account named Fetish Boy. As the digital breadcrumbs were followed, a disturbing picture began to form. This seemingly innocuous online encounter had spiraled into a tumultuous sexual relationship, steeped in bondage, violence, and knives. The intensity of their relationship held steady throughout 2008, but dwindled soon after. Fetish Boy was identified through his Gmail address as Graham Dwyer, a man who, beneath the veneer of his professional life as an architect, harbored dark secrets. It was revealed that Dwyer had again initiated contact with O'Hara in March 2011, using a prepaid mobile phone, and provided her a similar device. These phones, both Nokia models, were the ones recovered near the Vartry Reservoir, and despite the passage of time and exposure to the elements, they were miraculously still operational. The phones bore names that reflected the dynamics of their relationship. Dwyer's phone was named Master, while O'Hara's was labeled Slave. But before we delve deeper into their relationship, it is crucial to understand the man behind this Master moniker. Who exactly is Graham Dwyer? In the quiet, affluent suburb of Foxrock, South Dublin, lived a man who, on the surface, embodied the very essence of success and respectability. Graham Dwyer, a native of Bandon, was a well-regarded architect, working with a prestigious firm on Dublin's Baggot Street. He had a keen eye for design, having helped to redevelop and renovate a cottage with his wife. His colleagues at the architectural firm admired his professional acumen. His hobbies included mountain biking and buying cars, his favorite being a Porsche 911. Outwardly, he was a successful professional and family man. He was a father to 3 children, 2 with Gemma and 1 from a previous relationship. His family life painted a picture of normalcy. However, it turns out he also fantasized about stabbing women during sexual intercourse. This was the unsettling truth of Graham Dwyer, a man whose sinister secret led him to commit a crime that shook a nation. From the recovery of the operational Nokia phones emerged a treasure trove of evidence. Enclosed within were hundreds of text messages exchanged between master and slave, identities later attributed to Graham Dwyer and Elaine O'Hara. Elaine, a woman grappling with her own inner demons, was drawn into the world of BDSM due to her early childhood traumas. It served as a means for her to feel desired and forge a connection with someone who could offer love and acceptance. Regrettably, her journey led her to an extreme adult website and to a monster who sought to exploit her for his own perverse fantasies. Their relationship was characterized by a disturbing power dynamic. Graham, demanding to be addressed as Sir, insisted on Elaine's absolute obedience, even resorting to death threats. Despite Elaine's objections to blood, Graham's fixation on blood and stabbing became a recurring theme in their exchanges. Trapped in this sinister world, Elaine found herself unable to escape from Graham's fantasies. She confided her fears to her friend, Rosetta. Rosetta implored Elaine to report Graham to the authorities. However, Elaine declined, stating she did not want to cause any distress to Graham's wife and children by unveiling his dark secret. October 17, 2013. Less than 5 weeks after Elaine O'Hara's remains were found in the Dublin Mountains, an unexpected spectacle unfolded in the quiet neighborhood of Foxrock, Dublin. Graham Dwyer, an unassuming architect, was arrested at his home. The media, tipped off about the arrest, swarmed the scene, their cameras capturing every moment of the shocking event. Dwyer, taken into custody in connection with the murder of Elaine O'Hara, was thrust into the national spotlight. The media frenzy intensified as details of the case began to emerge. Reporters and camera crews camped outside Dwyer's home, their presence a constant reminder of the unfolding drama. In the aftermath of the arrest, the media continued to play a pivotal role. Information about the case was often leaked to the press, move that was later criticized by the investigators. During the trial, the prosecution painted a disturbing picture of a man who used his power and manipulation to control his victim. Dwyer sent O'Hara a series of texts. He warned her of a big punishment for attempting suicide without him, a punishment that involved getting stabbed. He instructed her to leave her iPhone at home, park her car at a certain location, cross a railway bridge, and wait by the shore. In one exchange, he texted Elaine, "I preferred it when you let me put my knife in you. Killing is my new goal, and I can and will have it all." These chilling words reveal a man who saw his violent desires as a goal to be achieved, a man who believed he could take whatever he wanted without consequence. On the other side, we have Elaine O'Hara, a woman struggling with her mental health, caught in the web of Dwyer's manipulation. Unable to say no, and just needing someone to confide in. One can only imagine the fear and confusion she must have felt when reading his messages. Yet, in her vulnerable state, she was drawn into Dwyer's dark world, unable to escape his control. The prosecution stated that he carried out the act on a mountain and then proceeded with his cover-up strategy, while the defense argued that the texts and documents found on Dwyer's hard drive were nothing more than fantasy. Despite the defense's arguments, the jury found Dwyer guilty. He was sentenced to life in prison. The trial judge stated that Dwyer, a married father, had preyed on Ms. O'Hara to satisfy his perverse and debauched desires. The moment the jury announced the guilty verdict, the courtroom fell into a hushed silence. The impact of the words hung heavy in the air. Elaine's family members were present in the courtroom. The relief and sorrow were evident on their faces. Tears welled up in their eyes as they embraced each other, a silent testament to their long ordeal. The reality of the verdict brought a sense of closure, yet the pain of their loss remained. On the other side, Dwyer's family had to grapple with the monstrous actions of a family member. His wife, Gemma, released a statement noting the guilty verdict and appealing for her family's privacy to be respected. She expressed her family's thoughts and condolences for the O'Hara family. Behind bars, Dwyer was left to reflect on the consequences of his actions. A once respected architect, he had fallen from grace in the most horrific way possible. His perverse desires had not only led to the loss of an innocent life, but also destroyed his own. Unwilling to accept his fate, Dwyer appealed his conviction on numerous grounds. Among them was the admissibility of mobile phone data evidence. However, the Court of Appeal dismissed his appeal on all grounds. The evidence against him was overwhelming, and his attempts to discredit it to date of this documentary have been unsuccessful. The impact of the trial was not limited to Dwyer and Elaine. Their families were thrown into a whirlwind of shock and grief. Elaine's family had to grapple with the loss of a loved one in such a horrific manner, while Dwyer's family had to come to terms with the monstrous actions of a family member. In the wake of the trial, the community rallied together, their collective sorrow, forging a bond of empathy and understanding. The case sparked a broader conversation about online safety and protecting our vulnerable. As we reflect on the tragic case of Elaine O'Hara, there are several lessons to be learned. The first is the importance of vigilance in our online interactions. The internet, while a powerful tool for connection, can also be a platform for those with malicious intent. It's crucial to be aware of the potential dangers and to take steps to protect ourselves. The second lesson is the importance of mental health awareness. Elaine's struggles with mental health played a significant role in her vulnerability to Dwyer's manipulation. Greater awareness and understanding of mental health issues, along with better support systems, are needed to help those who are struggling. Finally, the case serves as a reminder of the persistence and dedication of law enforcement officers who work tirelessly to bring perpetrators to justice. The investigators in Elaine's case followed every lead, no matter how small, and their efforts ultimately led to Dwyer's conviction. As we move forward, let us carry the memory of Elaine O'Hara in our hearts. Let her story inspire us to be more compassionate, more vigilant, and more supportive of one another. In the face of darkness, let us all strive to be a beacon of light,